Gear Challenge at the Gathering 12, or XII, at the RMJ booth with Jonathan. How you doing, brother?
Good. You?
Good, good. Very good. Well, I think everybody seems to be doing very well right now.
Seems that way.
And you're looking pretty healthy.
Trying.
Trying, right? Okay, very good. I know that we've got some interesting characters that have come on board somewhat recently. We'll get to that in just a bit. But I don't think I've ever gone over the history of RMJ, Forge, etc. So we just met a little while ago, and I know I'm an odd duck to meet, but it happens. So tell me a little bit about the history of the company.
Sure. So our namesake, Ryan Johnson, is a master blacksmith and mechanical engineer. He was approached in 2001.
A little louder on your voice. You're good.
He was approached in 2001 by a gentleman in AFSOC, or Air Force Special Operations Command, to make a modern version of a tomahawk with modern steels but historical know-how. Ryan actually paid his way through engineering school making historic pipe tomahawks. He's known around the world for that. So he developed the Eagle Talent, which is the modern version you see here on the table. This is actually the 20th birthday of the Eagle Talent.
This is?
Yes, 2021 is.
Man?
Absolutely. So that is the updated version 20 years later of the Tomahawk Ryan developed for AFSOC. Shortly after that was September 11th, and the orders for that piece went through the roof as our guys were heading to the sandbox. A few years later, Ryan continued making those mostly by hand, along with the help of his father. Until 2005, Richard Carmack, who's actually my father, formed RMJ Tactical with Ryan to help take over the business side. Let Ryan do what he does best, is making products and developing processes, and Richard handled the business side of it. So that's where the RMJ Tactical formed in 05.
Very good. And from 2005 to the present, pretty much the same general company concept and just moving forward.
So, over those, 16 years now? We've changed a lot. But our core is still the same, making extremely high-end, purpose-driven products. So over that time, we have branched out into other forms of cutlery, being knives, different types of axes, and Ryan has branched out into other things like slapjacks, brass knuckles, a wide variety of things. We've also acquired another company, American Tomahawk. That company went out of business a few years ago. The history behind it is that the traditional Vietnam tomahawk developed by Peter Lagana, that company owned the rights to that, that was his legacy, and we were able to purchase that company to prevent it from being purchased offshore, and retain the history of that product. We thought that was a vital American piece of history.
Good.
So we were able to bring that Vietnam-era tomahawk back as the Model 1. Introduced it a couple of years ago.
And of course, that's it on the end in orange. You're good, brother.
And then this year, Ryan designed a new head based on that same Model 1 platform handle, being the Model 2, which is more Norse-inspired with that hammer pole.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that one's awesome. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's got that bearded axe concept. I mean, not super deep, but still.
Right.
If I'm correct, I may be wrong.
Absolutely. Correct.
Don't tell me that; it'll go to my head.
It won't happen again. Don't worry.
Believe me, I'm sure of that. Beautiful. Material on the handle
is super tough nylon.
Okay.
Injection molded.
What metal do you use on the head?
1060. Drop forged in the US of A.
Very good. And of course, this is a more traditional, the original. I don't think
original color, but I'll be fine if you lose it in the woods.
Well, I know. You drop it out of a hilo or whatever. You just follow it as it trails down into the bush. Okay, we've got a marker. No need for a flare. It's already marked.
See it from a mile away.
Yeah, put some glow-in-the-dark tritium markers in the back, and it'll go for 15 years.
So the other company that we have in-house is Chattanooga Leatherworks. They do scabbards for several other knife manufacturers, including Spartan Blades. They do a lot of stuff for Les George, Wiedemann. And as far as in-house stuff, they actually make these saps right here. So what will happen is Ryan will develop a sap, and then sometimes they will take that over once he gets it going. So we have a couple different examples here. This is called our SES model. You have shark skin and alligator, along with silver button screw caps on those.
Yeah, nice. Something that we were talking about before we got started, actually, go ahead. I'm just going to let you continue on. You know your product line a lot better than I do.
They didn't send much else here. They just sold out. However, these pieces were made by them, so they do everything from saps to edge covers, accessories, things like that.
Yeah, yeah. Now, did we already discuss? Yes, we did. We discussed this at the very beginning of our little interview here, right?
Yeah.
Hey, the memory's about the third thing to go.
Yeah, so that is the
One thing we have not discussed is your Aztec-ish device, the slap. Go ahead.
So this is so earlier this year, Ryan developed an Aztec war club, very large, out of wood, had steel blades along the sides.
So you steel, not obsidian, or?
Correct.
Okay.
Steel.
Okay.
And he did a scaled down version in a sap. So what this is a single piece of spring steel that actually runs up into the handle to provide strength, but a little bit of flexibility, so you get that impact of the spring assisting that blow.
Right.
These aren't sharpened, but it's a sort of less impact, a little bit more intense blow if you turn it to the side and strike with that steel face.
Right. Right. Well, and you strike somebody with this, and again, Matt?
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, even though it's not sharpened, and it's what? That's about almost a quarter?
Should be about an eighth inch thick.
About an eighth, yeah. I mean, still, nonetheless, not a pleasant experience to receive.
No.
And you've got,
Aztec motif in there, yeah.
you know, and that's not stamped. That's probably
That's laser engraved.
lasered engraved. Okay,
Absolutely.
very nice. And your stitching here on the side, I mean, it just pops. It really stands out.
Yeah, so that's a handmade piece by Ryan. He would have hand stitched that, developed the design, and it is lead filled.
And lead filled.
Yep.
I think earlier you said from about here to about here, correct?
Correct. And that's actually what's giving the shape, this contour here. That is the lead underneath the leather, building that shape out.
Okay. So Jonathan, do you mind talking price point at all?
Don't mind at all.
So what would price point be on your Aztec-ish?
So those go for $425. As one of Ryan's custom pieces.
Yeah.
We have a wide range of products here.
Well, let's go right into the other slappers as well.
Sure. So these SESs and the exotics run $210. And then like our knuckles, the custom knuckles are around $200. The tomahawks range from Model 1 to Model 2, $190 to $235. And then you go all the way up into the modern Eagle Talons, $575 for that customized one.
Yeah.
All the way up to a full custom, full forged piece, that Raven being $1,100. So a wide range of prices on the table.
Which is nice. Fit every pocketbook, so to speak, or attempt to. I like that bit of a Celtic knot. Am I seeing that correctly?
Yep.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, again, I can hit you with this prime.
Very nice. Okay, so we also have a bit of, you brought somebody on board recently.
Yep. The character over here, he's a little shady.
He's Slim Shady. You could almost say Slim Shady.
Compared to the current divider doesn't mean I can't hear you.
So we brought Jade on
Yeah.
in April. He's taken over a few things for us. Production management, which used to be my job.
Right.
I moved more into development lead, actually doing product and process development.
Yeah.
Jade is managing people, which is an interesting task for him.
I don't know how that would ever work out.
And he's also
He is such a people person.
Much more so than me.
Yeah.
It's an improvement.
Okay, well there you go.
For like 3 hours a day.
And then it's cutoff time. Yeah.
And then he goes to work on the things that, one of the ways he's expanding our product lineup is he's bringing in the silver work, like he developed the caps for these.
Yeah.
And these silver beads.
And he would definitely be the man for that.
100%.
His lengthy experience, in depth. Now that move for Jade from West Coast, East Coast, how did that work out? The move from East Coast, West Coast to East Coast.
I got in my truck and I drove.
You just drove and you're feeling comfortable there?
Oh, I love it. It's a great part of the country. It's also a great part of the state.
Yeah.
The humidity is a challenge.
Well, especially with that hair.
But I do have some bad hair days. I'm wearing a bun.
Well, you remember when we met.
Yeah.
It's the way, yeah, anyhow. Yeah.
But no, I'm enjoying it. I really am.
Good.
And I understand the outdoors aspect of it too. So
there's a lot more outdoor, I think it's more outdoor friendly in a lot of ways.
yeah, a lot of water, a lot of woods, a lot of places. I dig it.
You wouldn't think that, being from the West Coast. You kind of think everything's skyscrapers and concrete, but not really the case. I understand, however, there's been a little bit of a problem. There's been some encounters with gummy bears.
Look, I wouldn't call it a problem, and I don't like to put labels on things. So whatever we do in our own time, as long as it's all right, it was a problem. I get it. I got some help. I quit. It's done. We don't need to talk about it anymore. To your support, I can attest. Trust me. Gummy bears are evil, vile little bastards. They look innocuous. They look so cute and unpredisposed, but they are. I can neither confirm nor deny the level of devious nature that those gummy bears possess, but they can get to you.
They still got you on the hook. I can tell.
But it's not bad.
Yeah, of course.
It was a small price to pay to make the drive across the country. So
Small price to pay for dedication.
correct.
Like we say, and we've talked about it, dedication leaves some marks. So,
A lot more than others.
Hey, listen, Jonathan, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you, brother.
Pleasure.
And you, hitchhiker from LA?
Good to see you.
It's an absolute pleasure to see you again. Okay, you guys, salute and take care.
I was just staring at the bridge of your nose.